Hi Cancer, and welcome to your July 2019 love reading. I'm Jade with Yes, Yes, Yes. Happy birthday. I wanted to make sure that I got love readings for you for sure and for Leo, so I'm doing them first. So we are going to do a couple different decks here. I've got the Romance Angels. I have the Mike Dooley deck on love and other things from the universe. We're going to pull some from the I forgot which Lenormand deck this is. I think it's just the mystical Lenormand deck. And then I'll do a Line Strider deck draw as well. Okay, Cancer, so how you doing? Thank you all for your likes and your shares and your subscribes. Hit that thumbs up button if you're feeling this. I'd love to hear your comments as well. So just, let me know how any of this resonates. And we're gonna get started here with the Mike Dooley deck. So I'm curious, Cancer, those who are tuning in, let's see what is coming up for you in love. Okay, for Cancer. Oh, okay. Wow, well, there is no, this is like a long statement here. Earlier disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. So if you have felt disappointment, if you have felt let down in the past, just know that good stuff is coming your way. And I like the idea behind this card because what it tells me is that, it's only going to get better. Okay? It's only developing. It's just coming. Everything's kind of coming into clarity, and that's the thing is that we kind of have to, sorry, I'm messing with everything, we have to be open to how this divine plan is going to fall into place, and it's kind of always falling into place, and we may never get to the answer, the end all be all of all of it, and that's okay because it's it's an interesting story that's developing, I find. So for any pain, for any suffering, let's see what comes, what beautiful things come from that if we can get past those feelings. And I know it's tough, and you have every right to feel that way if you do. I want to hear from the Romance Angels now. Let's see what are we speaking for? Who are we speaking to? Which Cancers, what Cancer relationships are we speaking for or speaking to in this month, this birthday month of Cancer? Now, I know some of you have already had your birthdays, and so I hope it's been beautiful for you. Let's see what's coming up for Cancer here in July. Okay, we've got two. So religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Makes sense. This is very important to you. It may be religion, it may be spirituality, it may just be ritual, okay? So things that are really important to you that are otherworldly, right? Not necessarily in our reality, not the humdrum of life and working and that type of thing, but things that are beyond are what's really important to you. You may meet somebody at a cultural event, at a religious event, at that spiritual event. So that could be what this card is alluding to. Ooh, new love, a new person. Oh, come here. We want that. A new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this could be someone new that you've just met and you're tuning in to readings to see what the readings are about. So if you have met somebody at a spiritual gathering, this might be something very interesting that's developing for you, okay? Cancer, I do like this for you a lot because you deserve it. You deserve all of the love. I have beautiful Cancers in my life and I want them to be happy, both male and female. So we're all very interesting, and so the path between feminine and masculine is always very interesting to me. So that's why we're going to pull from the Lenormand deck here, this mystical Lenormand. So I'm going to, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but all the cards have been pre-shuffled very well. I do shuffle them while I'm speaking with you because I want to get your energies on them. So I'm curious about the path between the masculine and the feminine this month for Cancer. So the path between the masculine and the feminine. Let's see where all of this begins. And keep that in mind that the masculine and feminine, what this really means is the person who is the pursuer and the person who is the pursued, the one who is more active versus the one who's more receptive. And it's possible that you just might feel like you're more like one person than the other. So, you know, these are not gender specific by any means. It's more about the energies and the spirits of the people, meaning you and your person. So I'm going to lay this out, and I'm looking for the significator cards, and then I'll read what's going on in between them. So there's the one significator here, the masculine. And then we have the lily, so sensual. The coffin, there could have been a sensual ending. So maybe someone who is just getting out of a relationship, or perhaps someone who is connected to their family. There's some kind of transformation, some change going on about that. Okay, now we have the bear. And the bear card is, again, another card of authority. Could be family situation. This could also mean, like we were saying, non-gendered specific. It could be somebody who is embracing different parts of their sexuality or sensuality as well. The book, so information, secrets coming out. And that scythe, information and secrets are coming out quickly. And then we have the mountain, of course, the quickly and the slow delay card. So the information that may want to be coming out might have some delay in coming out. Let's see. But the key is here to tell us that this needs to come out. This truth needs to come out. And it might have to do with some type of change that the family may be resisting with this masculine. There's the legacy card is here as well. It's also health, okay? So this is going to be the key to determining your health. Now I'm going to stop reading. I just realized reading this story because I don't really know how it's going to end. So first let me lay the cards out. The dog. Sometimes I just start talking. The tower. There's the snake. This is a full-on reading, Cancers. Maybe you have a connection with a Capricorn. The ring. The bouquet, this is nice. I like this in the middle. The moon is here. Clouds. The fish. And the sun. Okay, we really are having a full-on reading. The child. The house. The paths. The fox. There's the, the cross. I'm just reading that in a funny way. The anchor, the garden, the heart, the stars, the letter, the ship, the whip, the knight or the rider, and there's the feminine. Okay, so we have a full-on reading here. Now, here's what's going on. I'm going to talk about it very generally because we're not going to spend much time on it, and then I'll pull out the cards, which is kind of in this middle area of where the meeting is going to take place. Here's what's going on for one of the persons. We were talking about that issue with the family. So there's some kind of family issue of interest, some kind of change that's going on for one person that needs to come out, needs to be talked about, but there's been a delay. And when it does come out, it's actually going to be very helpful for not only the family, but for the health of this person, the mental health perhaps. So if this is you and there's some kind of secret in your family, or you need to discuss something with your family, or even with a boss possibly, that will need to come out even though it hasn't come out quite yet. You do have some friends and some support. It could be at work, or it could be that you're feeling separated from them. But keep in mind that there's a nice connection here in the middle. Just know that, and I feel like that's what's leading to this person here. Just know that whatever it is you're going through is an internal process that needs to come forward, okay? And this could be your person if it's not you, all right? Now, the other person here, there's some love on this side. I do like that. And they also are they're independent. They kind of work on their own. There might be some travel. So if you are the person who's traveling, You might have a new home, you might have a child in the home, but there's been some kind of change that's happened where, you know, maybe you've moved just recently to a new home, or that you've got a work that is, you have a job that incorporates some type of travel, or it could be a social media job or something that keeps you very, very social, okay? So right now what that's looking like is you're just really into your work. You may be burning the clock at both ends, or burning the, what is that? Burning the rope at both ends? Burning the candle at both ends. So keep that in mind, because right now that's what you love, is you're in the work situation. You're loving your work. You might be loving your home and your child as well. So really focused on work. This other person here is healing something that's deep, that's coming out with family, or healing their body, even physically. Maybe there was a health issue that their family was really supportive of. So those are your two stories. Now let's see what brings you together. And I'm doing it like this because that's how I'm gonna just lay it out. All right, so we've got some commitment, some beauty that is developing, and it could be developing for you here in this month, because I've got the moon that showed up for you in multiple ways already. Okay, so the moon is a card of timing in this deck, so we're looking at things within the month. I also like that the moon and the sun are both here. Now there could be some confusion when you first meet. Again, we've got one person who's very work-oriented and thinking about money. There's a lot of success here. And I feel like this other person is really more relationship-oriented and thinking about, or really connected to their intuition. So it's really interesting how these two people are quite different. So you just have to decide which one you are, Cancer. The connection might be happening in a confusing way, or it could happen at night, okay? So perhaps you bump into each other at night, or it's a friend of a friend and you didn't really even expect to see each other. What else is on this card? There's a monkey and a dragon and a bird. So if you're in a place that has a dragon or a monkey or a bird, maybe like I'm getting like a Chinese restaurant. Sometimes they have really funny things on the walls, right? So it could be something like that where you're just very confused about it. There's also a koi pond, so that would make sense as well. But one person's very commitment oriented, interested in relationship and looking, right? This is the masculine is looking. And the feminine, it seems, and again, these are open to interpretation, is really interested in business right now, and this whole thing could be very confusing. So one person's not looking at all, and the other person is all about relationships. So we'll see how this plays out here with the Line Strider deck, all right? So thanks for sticking with me on that one. Sometimes when the cards come out, it takes a little undoing. And then redoing. So that's what I had to do. So here we are, Line Strider deck. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this out to see the path between the two. We've talked a little bit about the different aspects of the personalities. So let's see what else comes out. But let me ask, what's the connecting point between the two? Thank you. And I'll keep laying it out. Okay, well, you just wanted to flip, so I'll let you flip. One more for the other side, please. Or two, sure. Because, of course, this other person who is very work-oriented wants to say some stuff. All right. So the connection here is the Nine of Wands. This is the card of getting past all of the suffering or fighting and showing oneself for who they are. Being vulnerable, being open, but still being able to take care of yourself, okay? So sometimes we look at this card as being a card of being on guard, right? I'm hurt, but I'm not broken. You still cannot pass. So it's the final stand, I guess, is what this ends up being described as. However, I look at this as I bring the vulnerability to the table for the relationship spreads, because I think it's really important that we show our vulnerability to each other. So I feel like even though both of these people have obviously had some issue in fighting or in the struggle, right? We all have our struggles. Showing the vulnerability is what's really going to be the bottom baseline bond between you two, okay? And you could have had the same struggles. So that could be what we're talking about here. All right. On this side, we have the Lovers card. Gemini card, talking about also deep connection, could be twin flame or soulmate, that type of connection, but it's also a choice card, right? So we're looking at making a choice. You could have two people in this loving person's eyes. They could be looking at two people, or really just looking at life as if they were the lovers, looking for their other half, okay? So you could be dealing with a Gemini or someone who is, again, we talked about this being very relationship oriented. I find it interesting over here. We've got the World card, which is ending a cycle and starting again. So this person on this side is really interested in their cycles of life and working on a cycle. Look, they've got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant card is a card of Taurus. This is a hard-working card. It's also a card of tradition. So I feel like this other person who is in the cycle, right? They're working towards creating a cycle, starting something new. So again, it could be a new job, new home. They're really into it. It could be a Taurus on this side of it. Someone who is trying to set up life traditionally. So the house, the dogs, the husband or the wife eventually, you know, working on those things. But also, again, because it's the Taurus card, it's hard work. It's not as hard work as the Capricorn, but it's still working hard, but enjoying life at the same time, okay? So we definitely have two different energies. This one is a little bit more individual. Okay, so this person is looking for their other, and this person is looking for the strength of the individual. Very interesting. Oh, I had this card, I forgot. The Five of Wands came out in the reverse. It just popped out before I had even asked the question. So I'm gonna put that under here because we're talking about getting past that struggle, okay? All right, so let me pull some more cards and see what else is going on between, and this is the individual journey between these two, okay? Let me get a few more cards here. I feel like this is going to be another long one for you, Cancer. I keep wanting to say Capricorn. I know that there's a lot of connection between you two. That's too many cards, Spirit, sorry. There's a lot of connection between you two because of the, okay, Page of Swords wants to show, so there's a message coming through. Let's see what that message is. Flippers in the deck. So, sorry, let me go back. I keep saying Capricorn because there's a lot of connection between you and Capricorns because of the eclipses that are coming up. So forgive me for that slip. You're also the opposites, so that happens. All right, so these are the two that flipped. Okay, so we've got Ace of Wands. New beginnings, new passionate beginnings, wanting to get something going, and Wands is, it could be a creative project as well as a relationship, but wanting to feel creative and connected in this relationship hasn't quite got going yet. For the feminine side, this other person's side who's really about work, 10 of Pentacles, again, really interested in getting the foundations of family set. So this would be having the house, having the dog and the children, having all the money to take care of everything. That means success, right? It's in the reverse. So it hasn't quite happened for both, okay? Very passionate, wanting to be very connected to this person. And that's the desire here, and really having a strong family life for this other side. That's the desire there. Those are the things that have not come to fruition. Okay, let's see what else we've got. We've got one here, one for the other side, please. Just one, please. Whoever this other person is, they do not play by the rules. So if this is you, Cancer, you are not playing by the rules. If this is your person, you look for somebody who is a little different, who's the one who is fighting and saying, no, I want to do it my way, okay? Queen of Pentacles popped out in some strange fashion. Okay, the Emperor, that's why. So here's your other person, Aries energy as well. They are, oh, I'm skipping ahead. Okay. Doing things on their own, really redefining life, and they're the ones who are in charge. They want to be in charge. They're the ones who, and they'll, I mean, again, they'll do it on their own in order to create the life that they want. It'll be really interesting to see if they meet you, right? How they meet you. We'll get there, okay? But how they will put their guard down. Look, the point of the sword is down. So it's not like it's, threatening, but the sword is still there, showing a boundary, okay? Showing that, I'm in charge here. I'm going to make life or make this kingdom the way that I want. The energy over here, temperance, look at this. Oh, so sweet. Healing, love, balance. This is Sagittarian energy, taking your time. These are the, these are both positive aspects, okay? The Emperor is positive. He's just, very fiery. Also usually young, passionate in a young way. Like, this is like that 20-year-old who gets out of college and then wants to, change the world right away. Love that energy. Do it. Do it and don't stop yourself, right? And don't let other people stop you. Go through the processes that get you to a place where you are then tempering your energy. So I'm going to feel like this person's a little older. So if this is you, you're a little older than this other. Queen of Pentacles popped out when I was talking about this other person here doing things their own way. So again, more Pentacles energy here. So this person is really connected to feeling secure, and that has to do with finances. It has to do with, setting up life in a way that feels secure financially. They may have come from a home that was not financially secure, and they want to give themselves that security. And again, earlier we talked about there could be a child involved. I haven't seen one in these cards yet, but there was in the other, it was down in here. There was in the other deck. So that could be the reason that maybe there was a pregnancy that happened early and they really need to make sure that that child is taken care of. Okay, so now we're getting to the path coming together for you, Cancer. Okay, thank you very much. One more card, please. Not a whole flopping amount, but just one more, please. Cancer. Everybody's talking today. All right, Page of Pentacles on this side. All right, so the Tower card came out. It came out in the reverse. So big changes. This is major connections here. You also have a lot of major arcana here. Ace, as well as these major arcana cards. So if this is your energy, there's a big change coming. Try not to resist it. Do your best, okay? This may be that this person, and if you have met them already, then you know who I'm talking about. This person can trigger a major change in your life. And that could be what you're resisting because you didn't realize that this other person had that much control as much as you want to give them, but they had that much effect on your life. They're going to trigger it again. More Pentacles. And it's going to be in the littlest of ways. They're not even going to mean to, right? That's probably why it's going to throw both of you, is because you're going to go through, I'm saying you as if you're this side. I'm feeling like Cancer's this side, but feel free to flip-flop it. This person is going to be majorly affected by something very small over here. And it could be a small, I mean, again, we're talking about Pentacles. So this would be like a small offer of stability. That's what we say. But I'm thinking this is just this person being themselves, saying, I'm going to take care of my life, build my home. If you want to be a part of that, great, but I'm not going to step outside of my energy or give you any extra energy to do so. If it works, great, but that means you're going to have to come over to my side. And that's what I'm feeling like. This person really wants more of a balance. And this person over here wants the whole thing to be by their rules. They need to have some control in this issue. Now let's see if there's any softening that happens. Woo, whoever this person is, I feel like they have the potential to soften, but they might have to really realize that they could lose Cancer or whoever this other person is. Something's got to show them the potential for what they could have and what they may not get if they don't change their ways is what it's seeming at this point, okay? We get another card, please. Okay, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. All right. So, more major arcana, strength card, Leo, seeming, okay, so the big change rocks your world. You gotta stay in your strength, stay in your ability to know your worth. Do not step over to this person. Do not. Now, they also have the Four of Wands, so there could be this coming together. It's starting to come together. Now, let's go back. I did say that the Tower could be like a negative. It may be a positive big change here where this person on this other side says, you know what? I have built all of this security. I have built my home. I'm ready to make a connection with someone else, and that connection could be the big change that happens on this side. Remember your worth over here, okay? You have to stand firm about what you are valued at so that this person will come towards you in that way, because that's what this person, that's their language. They see value of things. They're very pentacly oriented, I've never said that before. But that stability and that structure is here on this side. They want that connection. Now got one more card to go, Cancer. One more card. Let's see what's going to finally bring it together, at least for this month, in July 2019 for Cancer in this love story. Okay. Seven of Cups came out in the reverse. I feel that on this side, even though you are being the receptive over here, okay, you are knowing your worth. You are staying true to your love, your healing, your light in focus. You actually have the power in this relationship because you're not being anything other than who you are on your path, right? Which is strong. There's a major change that happens, but I think it's because this person steps forward. Now, your person is busy trying to build a life, trying to make things stable. There's a small, potentially beautiful offer of stability here, and it locks it down because the Seven of Cups, this is the card of illusion, card of multiple choices. The truth is there's no other choice but each other. That's how I'm seeing this, at least. That's how I believe these cards are telling me. This is a beautiful love story, Cancer. So let me just reiterate. What's bonding you is the pain that you both have gone through, the struggle that you've gone through, and showing each other your vulnerability. One person is very concerned about building a stable home, wanting to count their coins. They're very much in that mindset. Could be a Taurus or an Aries energy over here. So that's doing its younger energy over here. But they may offer something to you, or I feel like that's going to come together. Everything's going to be brought together, okay? On this side, this person is very developed, healing, might be a healer, Sagittarian energy, Gemini energy over here, Scorpio energy over here, Leo energy over here. Anyway, so what's happening on this side is staying true to the perfection of themselves by having worked so hard at being calm, being a healer, being balanced, knowing their worth. So this person, highly evolved. If you just allow it, this other person's going to figure it out. They're going to come to you, offer you a small amount of, and it's small because that's all they know at this point, but I think it's going to lock it down. It's going to open up something beautiful for you. So remember, this is the connection. Earlier disappointments are just rehearsal. There's some great stuff coming ahead for you here, Cancer. I almost did it again, Capricorn. Cancer, great stuff coming for you right here. That's what the bond is, okay? And remember that there is some deep connection to spirit here, and there is a new love If this is a person that you've met already, it really might develop into something beautiful. And if not, it seems like this is coming for you. Cancer, what a beautiful, beautiful love reading. I'm going to send you some love. Let me know how you resonate with this in the comment section below. And happy birthday. I'll see you guys soon.